So the referee saves Carl Froch, so he retains his IBF and WBC super middleweight titles. That's right, the referee saved Carl Froch. Carl Froch was getting the boxing lesson and the beating of his life from George Groves. George Groves was absolutely exposing Carl Froch. All Froch's weaknesses were being exposed in this fight. He was getting a pasting. Yeah, now Froch was coming on as the fight went on, but right from the opening bell, Groves was way faster than Froch. He dropped Froch near the end of the round. So much for Froch's superhuman granite chin. Froch got dropped like a sack of shit and went down, and he was seriously hurt. Seriously hurt. And if that punch had landed, that right hand from Groves had landed earlier in the round, Froch would have been knocked out in the first round. I keep telling you people, these iron jaws that people keep talking about in boxing, anyone can be knocked out. Don't ever be, shocked by, don't ever be fooled by this iron jaw theory. Anyone can get knocked out. And Carl Froch nearly got knocked out in the first round. When I was telling you, a lot of you guys about Adonis Stevenson, saying that I think Adonis Stevenson could knock out Carl Froch. You guys were saying, a lot of you guys were saying, no way. Froch has got an iron jaw. He'd destroy Stevenson. No, he wouldn't. Right? And looking at that evidence, it's even worse than I first thought. Stevenson would destroy Froch early, I think. Easy. Yeah? Carl Froch has always had a ton of weaknesses. A ton of weaknesses, this guy. He's always been vulnerable. He's always been slow. He's got heart, no question. He's got a good chin, no question. He's got toughness. But I've always felt that because of his heart, because of the fact that he's managed to pull very, very close decisions out of the fire, like the Darrell decision, which a lot of people thought he lost that fight. He got schooled by Jermaine Taylor. Even the Pascal fight was very close. People don't talk about that. And he obviously got blown out the water by Andre Ward. And in this fight here with George Groves, he said he was going to come out, destroy Groves, this, that, and the other. It was going to be an easy fight for him. He got totally exposed in this fight. Carl Froch's big mouth came back to haunt him in a big way. He got exposed. Groves was doing all the right things, but I think Groves fell in love with his power a little bit. I think that's one of the only things, is Groves fell in love with his power, especially after he dropped Froch and hurt him so badly early in the fight. And in the end, that was kind of Groves' undoing, because he fell in love with his power and he was wasting energy. And as the fight went on, Froch was managing to catch Groves, because Groves was going for the kill throughout the whole fight. Then in the ninth round, Froch landed some shots. None of them were really clean shots. They were kind of, cuffing, grazing punches. And, despite the fact that Froch had been on the brink of being stopped himself, the referee didn't give Groves the benefit of the doubt. Groves never went down. Groves wasn't, walking around the ring on rubbery legs. He was a little stunned. He was stunned, but he could have let Groves go on and at least see him get dropped before he stopped the fight. And I know that I'm just watching the interview now with Froch, the post-fight interview where Froch is saying, probably the stoppage was right. No, the stoppage wasn't right. The stoppage was one of the most disgraceful stoppages I've seen. This is a world title fight, and they're gonna stop it that early. They're gonna stop it that early, really? I'm telling you, man, they saved Carl Froch in this fight. They saved this. The first opportunity the referee got to save Carl Froch, he jumped in and he stopped the fight. George Groves was not out of it. Yeah, he was tired. He was looking a bit ragged, but go watch the replay of the fight. Go watch the replay of the stoppage. There was no way that the referee should have stopped it there and then. He should have at least, let the fight go on a little bit. But, Carl Froch is making his excuses right now in the interview. Yeah, never been a stoppage. Yep. Froch's Groves is saying it should have never been a stoppage, and it shouldn't have been. I know the Carl Froch fanboys are always out in force, and Froch has got this massive following. But look, he got exposed tonight, and he got saved by the referee. That's the fact. It's not hate on Carl Froch or nothing like that. I'm just being real with you. He got saved, man. He got saved. Maybe he might have stopped Groves. It's possible, but then again, maybe Groves would have come through. Yeah, we don't know what would have happened, but the fact is, the fight was stopped prematurely, and man, Froch's interests were well and truly protected there. And there should definitely be a rematch. George Groves should be disgusted by what happened there, because really and truly he was bossing Carl Froch in there for the most part. He was ahead on the cards. Apparently the judges only had Groves ahead by 1 point or something. Completely ridiculous. Groves should have been 4 or 5 points ahead. or at least 3-4 points ahead. You know, totally ridiculous. So, you know, there it is. I'm pretty incensed by that stoppage, and I was enjoying seeing a young, fresh fighter really, you know, stepping up to the plate and showing himself to be more than good enough to beat Carl Froch. You know, he did, don't get it twisted, he did come off his game plan a little bit. Definitely, he did come off his game plan a little bit. He got a little bit in love with his power. But other than that, you know, he proved he was the better man than Carl Froch. He maybe just, like I say, maybe just overshot his load a little bit in the middle portion of the fight. But anyway, drop your comments below. I'm sure a lot of people got a lot to say about this. This is Hatman, I'm out.